What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Here I am today playing the greatest fucking game of all time, Chrono Trigger. And if you guys don't know what this fucking game is, you're absolutely fucking insane. This game has got to be one of the longest games to ever play through on the SNES, with a ton of different endings and a ton of choices you get to make during this game. Every decision you make in this game will affect the ending. As far as I know, I've completed, I think, up to 12 different endings, and I think there's 14 or 15. So I'll be starting a completely new game. Obviously, well, I'm going to stick with the standard names for the game as well, just not to confuse everybody. The intro takes a little while. I could speed it up, but I am playing on SNES, so I don't feel like doing the video editing. So this basically takes place kind of medieval times, yet there are some things from the future. Very steampunk kind of style there. This is one of the best storylines of every game I've ever written. Thankfully, all the dialogue is going to be written out, so you don't have to worry about me talking through it. I will be going through every step by step, every secret, every little hidden thing you can get through this game. I'm really hoping you guys are going to enjoy this. This game means quite a lot to me. I've spent a lot of hours playing this before. I recently actually just found a really rare copy to find for original SNES, and unfortunately I'm not able to record it through here, so I've got to use an emulator, but we'll see how you guys like it. As I said, the beginning is a little slow. So this is your main character, Chrono, the cat. To follow you around the house if you talk to it. The menu screen. I like everything to go fast. You're gonna see how the menus work and everything as I go through it. It's gonna be kind of a speed run of the game. I will make sure that everyone can read the dialogue, or you have time to pause it so you can. And if any of you have ever seen the anime episode based on this show, do not watch it. It is absolutely terrible. And do not even think about playing the sequel, Chrono Cross. It is absolutely terrible. It has pretty much nothing to do with this game as well. So, as I said, you don't have to do all this in the specific orders, but it's a good, easy way to get all the items and everything, in advance to, whereas if you need it before or not. If you don't get all this stuff, it's not gonna really hamper you or not, but it's useful to have. See, right there, it's got 300 extra gold just for wandering around and talking to people. You'll find that there's a lot of things that are a lot easier to do in this game like that. Now, when you get later on in this game, this bridge will be destroyed, so on, depending on what time period you're in, but I'm not going to ruin it for you all. Especially if you've never played through this game as well. Those black boxes you see there, you cannot open those until way later in the game. And I'm talking way, way later in the game. I'm going to try to keep these episodes between 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how well it goes, and viewer reactions and so on and so forth. Now here you really don't need to do this. You can actually end up, if you kill enough ads and mobs, you can go in into the fair and buy a much, much better sword from Swordsmith, but you don't have to. It takes a lot of time, and I'm not going to do it for the sake of this video in time. Let me know, you guys, if you want longer episodes, because I can do it. It's all up to you guys, that's for sure. So this is the Millennia Fair. You're going to spend a good chunk of the first mission, or well, not even mission, I would guess, part of the game in here. A lot of the storyline takes place where everyone meets and so on and so forth in here. So there's a few things that you can do here in the fair, if you do them in a specific order, affect the outcome later in the game, depending on if you do it. So if you decide to talk to her before giving it back, it can affect an outcome later on. If you don't give it to her, it can affect the outcome. And a couple other people and things you interact with in this fair will affect the outcomes later on in the game as well. Now you've got to run around with this girl for a while until they set up. It takes a little while. This cat sitting there, you can return that to a girl, and it favors you later in the game. This is a good way to earn some points, as they so called in the fair. And what you do is you battle them, and you get silver points, which you can use later on in the game. You're going to need them, or you can use them earlier on in the game, such for prizes and everything. But you will need them later in the game. And don't worry too much about dying here. It's almost pretty much impossible to die. Oh, didn't I mention the soundtrack is fucking amazing for this game? Yeah, so see this cat, this is what I was talking about, where you're going to return this to the girl. This does affect, as I said, later on in the game. This game, especially if you have a turbo controller, you can beat very, very easily. Easy way to get a lot of points. I used to just put things down on my buttons, so it would hold down on turbo, and I could just sit there and leave it for hours. I'll go to work or something like that, come back, and you'd have thousands and thousands of points. It's kind of cheap, but it worked. So this is the swordsmith I was telling you about, where you can buy better swords. It's at 4,000. Don't do it. If you do, that affects the outcome yet again later on in the game. Yet again, another kind of, it's a little more difficult to win this one. Well, I mean, once you get the hang of the timing, then it gets easy. You can also put a bet down on that foot race that they're doing, but you never win. You can never win. So another good way to earn XP is if you're walking through Guardia Forest. Now there are several types of enemies you can encounter in here as well. And there's a couple, yeah, see the hidden power tabs. And there's a couple hidden in bushes as well. And there's a couple enemies hidden in bushes as well that you gotta be careful about. Now power tabs add to your basic power level, standard RPG style. There's a cheat that you can be able to use with I forget what the game's called. Game Shark, where you could take you use Game Shark and you kill these things, it would level you up to 999. So the maximum levels basically for everything. And I mean Game Shark are really, really rare nowadays, so it's pretty hard to get one of those. It's a bit useful. I like to get my experience and levels up before I move on to the next part. It kind of gives you a good idea of how the battles go. And if you're a big fan of turn-based RPGs, I mean this game is the top cream of the crop game. Oh, and tech points go towards leveling up so you get special abilities, in which turn you can do to 1 to 3 people as well with some of the abilities later on in the game. But you'll see that as the game develops. So this is one where tech points would go towards leveling up. Alright, well, I'm going to be ending this video really shortly. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for part number 2. And enjoy. I hope wish you all Happy New Year, and everyone take care. Thank you very much.